and about the mist. So yeah, we got like a residency for now this experiment that I'm on, which is called it's called the alternative, and it's the alternative. If you split up the words, and it keeps alternating. Sometimes it's alternatives, like standing on an altar, or altering the meaning of what it means to be native. Because in this book,
welcome to BAITU.
So the idea of this is also it's being able to build your muscle into constantly being in the unknown. So what we do, like with these music sessions, they're very improvised. So there's not really a direction towards it. Like, we're not creating an album, and it's not for musicians.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know who was saying, like, we need to be our own doctors, we need to be our own musicians, we need to be our own priests. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like taking back the power, and yeah, you can. Most of these things we have it in us, but I think we got to a point where we delegated these things, even power, to the powerful people, and we forgot even it was, So yeah, like, it's very unscripted, and it happens every Wednesday at the Mist. They've given us a beautiful space, like it's in the underground in Nairobi, and yeah, we create forests every like, it's just a beautiful space. We create forest using sounds. Yeah.
And anywhere else where unafanya kalimba, sorry, this music circles other than the Mist?
So in Twapa, we've been also be doing it with Wambura in Boko Boko, in Watamu. Yeah, we've been doing sessions as well when we're in Watamu. And yeah, anywhere I'm at, man, like hata kwa matatu saa ingine I have the kalimba, and naanza tu kucheza na mtu. Like, it's really interesting when you see somebody getting to that point, they're like, man, I can play music.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, like, it's so good, man. Yeah, so that's, yeah, and also an important thing with the alternative thing. It's again trying to see how we can sustain ourselves using I call it radical collaborations, where again there's whatever I have, if I have a place if I have extra space, I can host somebody who's maybe being backed by, maybe the landlord anagonga pale, na sasa hiyo yuko kwa the pupa state, I'm just about to get my wings. Alafu, like, so if you can create that space for somebody, for them to fully integrate and grow from there. So it has different aspects of how we can all be sustainable as artists, using alternative means.
I love that. Asante. And for my final question, najua the kalimbas are for sale, zinauzwa, trying to find a better word, haikuji, but because vile umesema, sisi ndio madaktari wetu, sisi ndio waganga wetu, na tumepewa
the kalimbas at the moment, like, the retail price is 7,000 shillings, but if you really want a kalimba, you can have a kalimba. Like, there's a sliding scale, yes. Like, there's barter trade. It's again the experiment.
Yes.
Can we trade? Yeah, so it's there's no one answer. Well, and it goes to the market, it's 7,000. But if you really want it, you can have it.
Na hizo drums?
The drums are not yet out they're still in their testing phases. And harps as well.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Yes, both sizes.
Western kind of harp?
Yeah, again, finding new direction. Like it's not you can't say it's a Celtic harp, it's not a Nyatiti. Everybody can play. Yeah. So it's not, that's the thing with all these creations. Like it's not, yes, you can see some aspects of the past, but then it takes a new direction. That's even the conversation we were having yesterday. And that's why it's a hard task for us, because yes, you can have a similar situation with what happened in Europe. You know, there's the Renaissance in France, or that hippie movement, but it's different. Like you can't do the same thing here. So everything needs to have its own direction. And again, what was the original question?
Umejibu. It was about the.
Oh yeah, whether it's like. Yeah, so it's not like you can see, yes, there's strings, but it's a whole new concept. Okay. The shapes and sounds. Fanya nini?
Truly.
I think the electro yenye naweza sema that occupies most of what I do is to constantly live in the flow, like trying to find that point of operating from the most natural self, which looks different, of course, according to the times that we are at. I think we had a small conversation about it yesterday. So how can I be my most natural self with the environment that we are currently at? So while doing that, of course, there's a lot of things that come up, like how do I sustain myself? What do I actually end up doing to sustain myself? So how it's been looking so far, because I'm also like I'm my own guinea pig, like I'm my own experiment, and I didn't have a plan when I started, and how it's looked like it's doing, first of all, being able to do activities that can be as minimal as possible, like in terms of planting my own food, finding loopholes around the current system, which, like, for example, there's a time I went to live in Naivasha. Like I found you can lease quarter an acre of piece of land for 3,500 shillings for 1 whole year.
What?
And so I was living in Nairobi, and I'm living in an apartment, and I'm constantly trying to come up with rent to pay. So by the time I'm like trying to do my creative stuff, the thing that I feel like my soul is calling me to do, just when I'm settling to listen to what I'm supposed to be doing, the landlord knocks on the door, and I'm like, man, I have to go out and find some money. And I was like, man, this cycle is not healthy. So at that time I was already working with recycled wood. So that's also one of the things that has been sustaining me. using recycled wood to grow plants and herbs. So for guys who don't have space, like again, according to the times, you're living in an apartment. And I think also BAITU talked about it, like plants being the most authentic teachers, because they're just doing their thing. And if you can have a couple of plants close to you and you're taking care of them, there's a lot you can learn from them. And so it was for a long time my mission to make sure people can have a plant around them, using wood that is recycled, which after years of use, I think you experienced this at some point. So I create these vertical gardens, and after maybe 2 years of use and the activity, the erosion or the termites come into it, and you have this piece of wood which is exactly the same with how the didgeridoo is made. Like the termites create this print that is, and so I take the pieces of wood and create pieces of art with it. I engrave, so it's like working with nature, and the story, it's like then trying to encourage people to be able to work with nature as opposed to going against. And so these explorations have also gotten me to now still working with wood, now with sound. So I've been doing like an apprentice. This is the space I'm at right now. Apprenticing for learning how to build multiple instruments, which is also according to the times. Like I think we also had this conversation. It's not really about going back into the past. Is how can we redefine and create a new sort of direction. So for example, like with the drums that we make, it will be nice for everybody to have a drum for themselves, but at the rate at which we're losing the forest cover, it becomes unsustainable. So is there a way that you can make drums from recycled material that you're not, like it's a good thing, but then you don't, so that's the new direction of how can we create instruments or tools that people can use for transformation that are not necessarily causing harm to the planet. That's where the kalimbas come in, because these pieces of instruments, they're collected from workshops around the coastal area. So the offcuts, the waste material. So you collect the waste material and then you create something that is almost priceless. And it has very many analogies as well. Like it's the same how we don't usually pray to our ancestors, but we just have a reverence for them. Like you can use what is old to create new life. So so at the moment that's the experiment is with the functional art, using sound as a tool for people to get back to their most authentic selves, which hopefully when you're in that state, then you can, everything just picks up from there. You won't have to be told to take care of the environment. Like it's just something that comes naturally. You won't, the kalimbas, the drums, marimbas. I'm in my sound era at the moment, and also DJing, using also sound. How can you use sound to replicate, the cycles of life, from the beginning of a set, 2-hour set, picking it up, the painful parts, not forgetting it's not just all euphoria. Like you can have parts where it causes a bit of, self-reflection and creating all the seasons. So That's it.
Asante sana. Yeah, I've had a lot of keywords in there.
Yeah.
Sustainability, you know, I've had eco-consciousness, I've had sound, play, architecture iko hapo pia because there's building. Yeah, and hands.
Ants.
Art.
Ants.
Okay, ants.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's quite wow. It's quite wow. I'm even like, wow, what do I ask? Maybe it's my glucose sugar. But yeah, I think, yeah, I guess question is, I know uko na hizi music circles now, that because you're saying, you know, music is for the healing of the nation, inatusaidia to get back to ourselves. And I know uko Nairobi at the Mist every Wednesday. For those who Dani anakuanga Nairobi sometimes. Okay, yeah. Si mimi peke yangu, thank God. Alikuwa nasikia kusikia vibaya. So, yeah, so like every Wednesday, una hold a music circle at the Mist where people get to play the kalimba and these sustainable drums, that these tiny drums which I've never, but this really talk up because I've never seen such a drum before. Where is that design from?
So it's the guy who I'm apprenticing under. He's called Eric, and he's been a percussionist all his life. So he always had a problem with when he's going for gigs, and the size of the drums, like moving around with drums can be a bit daunting. That's part of why he came up. He got the idea for that. So that's the how the size came to be. But now, minimal to the max. Like there's a way you can be minimalistic, but you're living a full life, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're having so little, but you know you're very fulfilled. Using Instagram at the moment. So BREATHRENN. Yeah, and like for the Wednesday sessions, it's very organic. Like when we usually just say either on the day of the event what the style is going to be. Like we don't have, like it's yeah. So I just usually post the day before if we have a guest. So yeah, that's it.
Sawa, shukran sana.